Hi, this is Bix Weir. This is Roadside Chat for December 21st, 2016. Hopefully, we'll do a lot of these as the craziness out there in the world gets a little crazier. In this Roadside Chat, I just want to cover a couple topics that have come up on the Road to Ruta. If you're not a member yet of roadtoruta.com, free emails sent right to your email address. Go out there and put your email in there. If you are a member, this is a new Roadside Chat audio version that hopefully I'll be doing once a week or so. Anyway, let's get going. First of the hot topics right now is Monte Depeche looking for another bailout. All the quick fix saves have been thrown out the window. Word is that the Italian government has raised $20 billion, not just for Monte Depeche, but for other Italian banks. But the interesting thing is it doesn't skirt the rules of the EU, which states that before any bailouts are given by the EU or by a specific country, the shareholders and bondholders need to take a haircut. So that will get pretty ugly because you're cutting the widows and orphans of Italy, the mom and pops that invested their life savings into higher yielding bonds of Monte Depeche, especially the cocoa bonds that are convertible. There's talk that some of them will be converted, changing the rules on how these cocoa bonds are run. So it's a complete mess in Italy, and it will just continue to deteriorate, especially if Monte Depeche is not cleanly bailed out. Because they're losing money also. They're losing money on their operations. They're losing money because people are pulling out their deposits. I think they've lost 12 or 13% of their deposits already. And that number is just brutal for a bank that's levered, 10 to 12 to 1, because they're going to have to sell off assets. And we already know their assets are toxic. So yeah, they're in a deep quagmire there in Italy and the Italian banks. Even if the bailout is done, it won't last much longer than, I would say, a month. It would buy them because people would say, "Oh my God, I got to get my money out of the bank." And the minute that does, you have your "It's a Wonderful Life" moment. Everybody going in to pull their money out. So yeah, keep an eye on Italy. Really, on another topic, the Economist magazine, the World in 2017, changed one of their cards on their cover. The second card in that list is it's called the Judgment card, and it has Trump sitting on top of an American flag on top of the Earth. I have done a big analysis on what that means and Trump's role in this transition, going from the bad guys to the good guys, the transition of our monetary system, the transition of everything, basically. So really interesting stuff that The Economist magazine, who is the mouthpiece of the Rothschilds and partially owned by Rothschilds, according to many reports, is coming out in China. They're trying to cover their butt, is my take. The covers that they changed took off Donald Trump on the second card and put on an American eagle in his place. And this was all being done, and this is just the online version. You can download it. I think it's a free app on your iPhone, and it's the World in 2017 app, the World In app. And you can see right there on the cover that as long as they haven't changed it. Now it used to be Donald Trump even on the app, and then when the bad guys, as I call them, tried to block Trump from winning the electoral vote, the Economist changed the online version of that magazine. So I just think they're trying to cover both sides of the coin. If the bad guys win, then they said, "Oh, I did our part to assist in the takedown of Trump." And if the good guys win, they're going to say, "Well, no, look, Trump was right on the cover in the main cover." So I think they're running scared because they don't want to be implicated, having known about these false flags. And why did they know for 2015 and 2016? Interesting stuff. And then we go to another very hot topic. People looking for the bad guys being taken out. There's word that the leader of Opus Dei, the word is he died. The question is, did he die of natural causes, as the church claims, or did he die because he was taken out, as people like Ben Fulford claim? This is Bishop Javier Echeria, I believe, something like that. He was 84. He was an old guy, but he was pretty much the last leader of Opus Dei. That it's kind of like the militant arm uh, of the Catholic Church, and it was depicted in all kinds of movies. So yeah, you can just look it up for Opus Dei conspiracy, and you'll find a whole bunch of stuff. And having their leader die it could be a very, very big sign. And then lastly, this week is a very, very, I don't know if it's troubling. I think it's more interesting that Donald Trump has picked this guy Vincent Viola as the head of the army. Now I've done going back 10 years with my work at GATA. I exposed this guy Vincent Viola and a couple other guys as market riggers for gold and silver. They owned a company. They started a company called, the other guy was David Solomon, started a company called EWT LLC, completely unknown market maker, and that ended up within 5 years just completely dominating the electronic trading of stocks, bonds, shares, ETFs. And the way I found them was looking at all the authorized participants of SLV, the large silver ETF. And I found this company, EWT LLC. I'm like, what in the world is that? Never heard of them. Everything else was, JP Morgan, UBS, Deutsche Bank, all the big names were authorized participants. And then you have this completely no-name company that had only a few employees, and it was all computer driven, all market rigging. Vincent Viola used to work for Robert Rubin, or David Solomon, Viola's partner, worked for Robert Rubin. Viola was the head of the NYMEX, the New York exchange that trades gold and silver, and he was knee deep in the market rigging for gold and silver over the past at least 20 years. So yeah, it's crazy that Trump has appointed him. He went on to merge EWT LLC into Virtu Trading, VRTU Trading. That's the famous company that for years never had a loss. Don't you love a sure thing? When you're trading for basically you're piggybacking off the U.S. government and what the bad guys do behind the scenes. You know where the market's going to go every day. So yeah, you can make money every single day. Amazing thing. And then you ran away last year, or this year, I believe. Virtu went public. So we're very interesting in having this guy at the heart of the bad guys. Now, people have asked me, well, you thought Greenspan was a bad guy, and then you did more research and you found out that Greenspan was actually doing this all on purpose, trying to destroy the dollar, trying to return to a gold standard. True, and this has some of that characteristics. Vincent Viola clearly knew about the market rigging and how to do it, and clearly got a pass from the CFTC and the SEC. But the question is, in my mind, did he end up working for the good guys or the bad guys? Absolutely. Right now, even though I have a transcript of him, which I'll get to in a second. But right now, yeah, I think he works for the bad guys. He was in with the good guys trying to rig the markets, but clearly personally made huge profits and stuck him away. I think he's got a couple $1 billion. Now, none of the good guys that I talk about have these hidden funds that they've, at least that I know of, hidden funds that they've squirreled away, basically because they knew of the market rigging operation, because they were involved in it. This guy Vincent Viola massively enriched himself in this process. So I don't think he's a good guy. On the flip side, somebody sent me an interview he did. He went to West Point. He got out. He served his minimum time basically, and then left and went to the stock market. But he had an interview talking about the West Point scandal of 1976 or so, where it was a big cheating scandal, problem with the honor code, and he went through. He says he was not implicated at all, but a lot of people who were involved in that scandal said everybody was cheating off everybody else. If he's like the one pure soul that wasn't involved at all. It clearly didn't show in his later years, which he got involved in lying professionally and profited massively from that. Anyway, those are the things that, and I don't know, as far as Trump's appointments, this might be just one of those that he throws up there so that he gets into office, because the bad guys definitely want to make sure that their people get in. But once Trump's in on the 20th, I think he's going to have free reign. If he makes it, he's going to have free reign to fire anybody he wants. Also, his cabinet appointments are subject to approval by the Senate. Vincent Viola probably will take 2 years to get approved, given all the dirt in his history that I hope they bring up. Market rigging, silver and gold market rigging, insider trading, all that stuff is knee deep with Vincent Viola. So if he doesn't get confirmed right away, it goes to the acting head, which Trump appoints and doesn't need confirmation. So this guy, it might be the perfect guy, go through Senate hearings for a couple years, and meanwhile, Trump's guy he places as active head of the army will do the real job. And that goes toward a lot of these other appointments too, that they are. Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, is knee deep. That's his job at Goldman. He was in charge of IT in the computer market trading. So yeah, I find it interesting that Trump is either putting military generals at the head of departments or complete market riggers. So I don't know exactly what's going on. My take would be, once Trump needs to do things to keep the far right in check until he gets into office. We don't want Trump to end up with the same fate as Kennedy, or they attempted to do with Ronald Reagan. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that that Trump is putting some of these people in just to ensure that he gets into office, and then from there, I think the vetting will happen on the Senate side, and some of these guys are going to get tossed out, hopefully. So that's an update. This is a Roadside chat for December 21st. If you like it, hit like on the YouTube button and sign up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel from Road to Ruta, and also go to my website, roadtoruta.com. Put your email in to get free emails and free updates, and hopefully we'll do these Roadside chats once a week. Have a good week, and Merry Christmas, everybody.